You know, originally I was gonna make a different kind of video, but you know what? I'm gonna be a nice guy. I'm gonna make a video on how to get better because this kind of behavior, this kind of stuff happening all the time. Me being the last person to have on my team, of course, except for my friend who's, by the way, still new to the game. I just showed him how to play. So I figured, you know what? If he got good that fast, just from me showing him how to play, surely everyone else can too. Because this. If I see another comment saying, "Oh, boo-hoo, you're complaining, people are playing the game how they want to complain," I'm gonna lose my mind. It's not the fact you're playing the game how you want to play it, it's the fact that you're playing it in a way that ruins the fun. It's like camping, you know? Everyone understands that camping is annoying. No one wants to go against that. No one wants to play a game that's not fun, unless you're a masochist, of course. Well, how can you make the game fun, then you're probably asking yourself? We're gonna start with Titans first. After all, the game is called Titanfall. Now, the first thing is understanding your role as that Titan. Yes, Northstar has a sniper, but that does not mean sit at the very back of the map, waiting as your teammates die to get that one perfect shot. Now, there are many examples of this for each Titan, such as especially Monarch, not purely playing for the sake of getting your executions and cores, but I won't sit here and list every single thing, rather I'll simplify it. Essentially, each Titan, you're going to play your role, but not to an exaggerated extent. So yes, does Monarch want to get executions? Yeah, but you don't want to make that your entire life's purpose. Does Northstar need to snipe back? Yeah, but that doesn't mean to be a coward. Does Ronin need to be up close and stab you? Yeah, but don't neglect your shotgun because that does a lot of damage too. You can just pretty much apply this to many situations. Don't exaggerate your Titan's unique ability. And I only say this because these things get you killed. Monarch, you running at me, eating Legion's entire magazine is not gonna get your team a win. And I don't care entirely about wins. Alright, even if we lose a game, okay, cool. But I don't want to lose a game because my teammate kept running through 1,000 shots, a Scorch Core, and a Sword Core because he wanted a yummy battery. But I'll stop myself there before this video becomes something entirely different. Let's get on to another point, which is positioning. Positioning in Titanfall matters so much because, as you can see right here, I went through with Ronin. Right, did what Ronin is supposed to do, kind of flank around. Now, sometimes as Ronin you don't want to flank, but in this case I did, and that works most of the time. I flanked, I caused a lot of disruption in their team and did a lot of damage. Now, although I did die, if this Scorch that you see right here had the proper positioning, I don't think I would have died. And if I did, we could have done a lot more damage with that one move than if he was sitting back. Because Scorch, you're not a sniper, okay? You're not Northstar, that's Northstar's job. You belong up front. Scorch, both you and Legion belong up front to eat the damage for teammates who have less health than you, especially people like Northstar and Ronin. So to not capitalize on this opportunity is stupid. Not only because it causes you to lose, alright, forget the win and the loss. It's not fun. If you're gonna play Scorch, I'm assuming it's because you want to scorch things. How could you play Scorch and not want to burn everything you see? That doesn't make really much sense now, does it? It sounds stupid, because it is. But you know what? Instead of calling you stupid, it's time to make you smart. Here's what a smart person does. You see, we were kind of pressed. It was kind of an even matchup, I guess you could say. Both teams were evenly skilled, which is pretty rare for me. It was fun. So what I decided was, you know what? No one has flanked on the left side yet. I'm going to select Ronin, since he's fast and perfect for that job, and flank up there and slice them from behind since they've all been meeting at the bridge this entire time. And well, how did that work out for us? We won. And here's another very important thing when it comes to Titan gameplay as well, and that's going to be communication. How to communicate with your teammates when you're not actively in a party or game chat, because this does make a big difference. How can you know how to position yourself if you don't even know what your teammates are doing? Your first tool, which should be obvious, is going to be your radar at the top left. Yes, you see exactly your teammates are there. Now there's another thing which I think is fairly obvious, but some people don't act like it, and it's that you can see your teammates through walls at their exact location by the triangle above their head, and you can see it right now. It gives you a more precise location of where they're at. Now this does also require map knowledge, so if you don't know how the map is shaped, it's a little bit harder to have an idea of where they're at. And you can't exactly know where the enemy is at either, not without a sonar ping of some sort. So you can actually guess. Now it's not 100% accurate, but it does work most of the time when I do it myself, and it does require some experience. But if you see your teammate kind of strafing back and forth, remaining in a position, but not moving too far from it, they are probably fighting a Titan. Now how many is a good question. If you know that they are shooting, which again you have to know that they're shooting first, and you see them slowly backing up, they're probably either outnumbered or are struggling to hold their spot. If they're pushing forward but also still strafing, they're likely fighting but advancing in that position. Here's another very useful one, which I only use half the time because I'm not really bothered to use it that often, but it does come in clutch when you do pay attention. So on the left and right side of your screen, where you usually say, oh, Titan killed, Titan eliminated, executed, that's useful for knowing right away if your teammates die, but then again you can see at the top of the screen when a Titan is down, or when a teammate dies or whatever, or an enemy. Now, the more important part of this is that you can see when cores are earned and activated. So if you see that an enemy earns a core, you can't exactly know which one that is until you've already played the match a little bit. The reason I say that is because you have to, first of all, see the name of the Titan. Okay, like my teammate's name, Daddy Sucks, maybe he earns his core. Well, the enemy team will see that and say, oh, Daddy Sucks has his core, but they don't know which Titan that is. So it's not until they see the name above that Titan that they then become aware Daddy Sucks is a Tone. Now when you see again, Daddy Sucks has his core, Tone has his core. But that's only useful as long as he doesn't switch Titans. Which again, this is why it's inconsistent and kind of problematic. Now as for your teammates, this becomes more useful. So say Suckity and I weren't in the same party, and we were just kind of random people playing together. I could see on the side of the screen that it says he has his core. Now again, still not the best thing because I don't know when he's going to choose to use his core, but I sure do know that he has it ready now. This seems like really useless information, but the most important part about this, if your teammate has a core, it's probably because they're doing a lot of damage and getting kills, because your core is generated faster when doing damage and killing than it is when taking damage. So you can expect your teammate to be doing very well in their position if they have their core. Now they may not be first on the leaderboard, but if they get their core, you can expect them to be winning their current fight. Again, not 100% guaranteed all the time. These are just things that you can expect with high probability. Now why would I need to know that my teammate has their core? I mean, okay, they're winning their fight, so what? Well, this could be useful. If you're fighting one Titan, and behind that Titan is his teammate, and you see that your teammate gets his core ready, well, you know your teammate is about to kill a Titan behind the guy you're fighting. Now maybe the other guy also gets his core, and you see they both get their core at the same time. Don't count on it. Don't count on your teammate to win. But if you can't see his health bar, you know that they're nearby fighting somewhere, which, yes, you have to know they're nearby, but that's not that hard. And you see, hey, he's got his core, it's probably best to push forward a little bit or hold your ground. You don't want to fall back just yet, because your teammate will be over there to help you soon. This is best in the example right here, where you can see me and this Tone holding our ground here. And we're waiting on our three teammates to approach from behind to kill them. And sure enough, it works. Although in all fairness, I didn't use any of the tips I just gave you because I was in a party chat with Suckity and he told me that they had their cores ready and that they were pushing forward. So I knew that they were winning because he told me. Now, what I'm about to say is going to sound like common sense, and you may even think to yourself, well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of obvious. But I assure you, I have had enough teammates that do not know this. And the first thing is going to be that Legion and Scorch, you are to tank, not to use North Star as a meat shield. The amount of time I've seen Legions use me as a meat shield is incredibly frustrating. If I had a clip of it right now, I would put it in the video, but I'm not sure if I have one. And North Star and Ronin, you both do it immense damage from secret places. Don't reveal yourself too easily. And Tone and Ion, both you guys cover roles that need to be covered. You both have shields, and Ion, you can even return bullet damage. And Tone, you have a really big shield, so you both can protect people. You both can also do damage from far away because Tone has a really nice rifle and Ion has a really nice laser shot. Tone, you can also curve rockets over walls and stuff and ping enemy locations. Ion, you can cover flanks with laser tripwire, prevent them from rushing with the laser tripwire. And yeah, Monarch's not a Titan, so I won't count that. Now, this is gonna sound counterintuitive, right? Because I'm saying play a team player, position yourself the correct way to help your team. Yeah, I'm about to just now tell you, be selfish with Ronin. How can that be the case? Because you're actually doing your team a disservice by not being selfish with Ronin. If you're not actively out to keep yourself alive as Ronin, you're not going to be helping your team. Ronin is like a solo guy, okay? Now, doesn't mean you should avoid your teammates, but don't go in front of them trying to protect someone who's low health with sword block. That's because you could be doing something much more efficient than sword blocking for your teammate, which is killing a guy. Because guess what? Your teammate might be shooting behind your back, but your teammate is going to die soon, and so are you. When your teammate could be shooting and maybe dying a little bit faster, but you will also be shooting as well. And hey, that's more damage. And guess what? You'll also keep yourself alive longer, which in the long run helps your team. This can be applied to multiple other scenarios, not in a case of being selfish, but in making sure you're not covering a different role. Ronin is not built to tank. Legion do not camp behind a North Star trying to use me as a meat shield. I'm gonna die in 2 seconds, okay? I'm good with North Star, not good enough to be a tank. No matter how good you are, you're not tanking with North Star. You know, same thing goes with, not exactly Tone and Ion. However, they do need to remember that you have to stay versatile and covering whatever role is currently needed. So don't try sniping if sniping is already covered and isn't needed. You should instead tank for the sniper. This video is a little bit longer than what I wanted it to be, and I know it's kind of basic and maybe underwhelming, but these basic things are what I use, and I'm just good at using them. And I figured, hey, if I'm good at using them, and that's what really does help me win, I'm sure it can help you win too. But more importantly than winning, it's nice to actually be able to play the game right without sitting there and watching your health bar deplete in 2 seconds. These things will help you from that. These things will help that from help you happen. I don't know. Like the video, subscribe, maybe dislike it, comment what you think about it.